they're starting like a TikTok channel.
Yeah, this was before.
I was thinking in my head that it was like a grandma glow up show.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. A lot of people's grandmothers have kind of just like, all right, I'm wearing the fashions of 1982, and this is where I'm going to stay. You know, you can glam up your grandma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought my mom some boots for Christmas this year.
Does she know that already?
No, she doesn't know about it.
She doesn't know about our YouTube channel either, so it doesn't matter.
She knows about it. They just don't watch it, so she's not going to watch it.
Spoiler alert. Oh, yeah. It's okay.
But maybe you could get them to subscribe over Christmas.
Yeah, I could do that.
Can you do that?
They don't have.
Michael's
I gotta get
them. Like and subscribe.
I gotta get them.
And anyone else, remember, hit that like button.
I gotta get them to make YouTube account. I gotta make YouTube accounts for them.
Oh.
And then they can subscribe.
Okay, now it makes sense. If they don't have YouTube accounts, that makes it kind of hard.
No.
Well, they can still watch YouTube. I don't know if you need a YouTube account to hit subscribe. Do you? You just need an email address. Which I guess maybe makes you have a YouTube account.
Yeah.
And now it goes off your Google account. So if you just have Google,
because they're owned.
Everything is connected.
They don't even have Google accounts. They use their email is Hotmail, not Gmail.
Oh no! Don't say that. Yeah. No. Wow, that's
they use
legit.
Outlook.
I think. Yeah. My mom has Gmail. She's with it.
My parents have one email. It's a Hotmail account.
That they share.
Is Hotmail even still that they share?
It still works.
That's adorable.
Yeah. A lot of people have Hotmail. A lot of people have Yahoo Mail. Surprisingly, every time I see it, I'm like, what? But
you ever get those AOL accounts?
Yeah.
They still exist.
Do they still run?
At Netscape.com?
Netscape?
I don't know about that, but maybe. I don't know.
That one I haven't seen. Netscape went away a long time ago. Yeah, I have a couple of friends who still, like, a couple pretty serious people in the music business, and they run AOL email addresses. Wow. They just don't care because they're busy enough. It doesn't matter. They can do whatever they want.
I guess as long as you can check your email, that's all that matters.
I mean, it's like an old phone number. Once you have it, you've had it long enough. Why bother changing it?
Something with the emails is that people get, like, super spammed, right? Or, like, their email address gets sold. My email's my first and last name at Gmail. Why would I ever want to change that?
Yeah.
Although now it dates me. I've had, younger people, a couple times that it happened. They see my email address, and they're like, wow, you must have gotten in on Gmail right when they started. Which is true, but they, age me.
Wow.
But how common is that? How many Jacob Gruns are there?
Not very many, but now it doesn't matter. Now any name that's ever existed.
Yeah, it's ready to get
somebody's
caught.
taken it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They just went through the white pages or whatever, the online white pages. Ding.
You just make up whatever name. Bianca Summerbottom.
That's taken.
It's probably already gone.
Right, you need to be Bianca Summerbottom _ 003.
I never want to be an underscore person. The underscores are irritating. I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah, I don't like the underscores either. Mine is I had to just shorten my last name, just Gonzo, just Gonzo.
Gonzo. Oh, that's cute.
Everybody thinks that's a nickname, but it's really part of your last name.
Yeah.
I learned something new.
They think it's Gonzo, like Gonzo. The puppet or the Gonzo weirdo. Hunter Thompson Gonzo.
I admit, I thought it was just like him trying to be cute and funny, like Gonzo.
No, I tried Gonzalez, wasn't there, so I used Gonzo.
I'm visualizing.
Spelling.
Makes sense. Look at you. Clever guy.
Man, those helicopters are still going.
They are looking for some stuff, man. I'm telling you, there was a 2-car crash. There was a fire truck blocking off the street. There were 8 cop cars blocking off the main street. It was real. It was gritty. It was Los Angeles.
That is so LA.
It's it.
It is.
Yeah.
Maybe the cops were there because they wanted to arrest the post office for having the line be so long. They're like, we're here to arrest the whole post office because your lines are so long.
Well, it is a week before Christmas, so people are trying to mail out those presents so people get them before Christmas.
I still gotta do some shopping for my dad. I want to get him some my mom said to get him some flannel shirts, but I got him that last year.
Okay.
Either way.
What about boots?
I thought about that. I actually did think about
nice
that.
Boots.
He has some that he likes. I kind of want to get them resold.
Okay. I know a great gift for dads is power tools.
He
Does
doesn't.
He has the power tools.
He
that
has
he needs?
all of that stuff. If anything, I've taken stuff from him because he has too much.
Okay. A canoe. That could be a new fun hobby to take up during COVID.
I think I'm just gonna get the flannel shirt.
Yeah.
I think you should.
But it
get
just
him
means
a canoe.
what it means though. It means that I got to go out into the world to get
No.
him, and I don't want to do that.
What you do is you buy the flannel shirts off of Amazon and have them gift packaged and sent to your family's home.
I thought about that.
And it's too easy. You want to make it a little harder.
No, I just wanted to see them before I ordered them.
Okay, you're one of those people who likes to touch the stuff.
Yeah, and the colors don't always I actually ordered my mom's boots online, and I'm concerned about what they're gonna be when they come in.
Why don't you want to go out in the world, COVID?
Yeah, I don't mind. I just want to be like, if I don't have to, the only place I ever go is grocery shopping.
Okay.
You know, and work. Beyond that, maybe like a fast food joint.
So you haven't been going out too much. You've been social distancing. That's good.
Quarantining.
I mean, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
If this was like a month ago, I think I'd be more cool about it. But since like the uptake and the spikes, I'm a little more cautious.
Every day they're saying we're breaking a record. Like they're like, we hit 10,000 people in one day, and I'm like, wow, it sounds.
Totally.
No, it sounds really terrible. They said 1 in every 200 or like 230 people.
Is testing positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was invited to some little gathering last week, and I trusted it, and it was going to be small, but I'm seeing my parents next weekend, and I was like, let's just not do that.
Yeah, it's better to be safe. It's better to be safe.
Well, it's just weird because right now, obviously, we have like we're hitting 3,000 deaths a day, which we weren't even close to that when we were in full lockdown.
Yeah.
And now life is just like, people keep saying we're in quarantine, but it literally looks normal outside, more or less.
It does.
Is this even a what lockdown? It's what changed?
This is like the friendliest lockdown that I've seen because they're just being nice about it. They're just telling people not to go out, but they're not really doing anything to enforce it. And at this point, people aren't even taking it seriously. They're just like, it's suggested. But they don't want to close down the stores right before Christmas and have the retail stores revolt. But that's kind of what they need to do. Because I went to the mall, just went into one place to get a couple things.
Packed.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Packed.
Which mall did you go to?
I went to Fox Hills Mall,
Okay.
Westfield.
Yep.
But yeah, I just went into Macy's, and then Macy's wasn't too crazy. The lines for checkout were long, but like I could see out into the main mall area, and it was like the mall at Christmas time.
Really?
Any other time.
Huh. I was in Burbank last week, and it was cold in Burbank. Just kidding. But there's a mall right there, and there's like that central shopping district, and I went in there. For some reason, I was working next to it, and that was empty.
Really?
Yeah, that was real empty.
That's
I mean, it was like a Monday and Tuesday during the day.
Which is good, but still, people are out and they're doing stuff. Okay, I did go on a Sunday afternoon, but still, I was surprised because I thought at the very least the stores would have somebody, counting people like, oh, we're already at 400 or 500 people. But no, none of that. It was just business as usual. They had little stickers in front of the register, like to make sure people were spaced out.
Right, they just got the 6 feet apart on the ground. But
And that's it.
man, it's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think anymore.
It's just you have to do what's right for yourself. We know what the right and wrong things are. Don't go to parties. Don't walk around without your mask and then hug people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Just be careful. Wash your hands.
Yep. Yeah, that's all you can do is just have your own back, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sucks because the government doesn't offer any assistance. yet they have the stay-at-home orders. They told restaurants to shut down again. They don't give them any money. They don't give the workers any money.
I actually found that they are doing a program right now where if you work in the service industry, you can apply to get $800.
Well, you have to apply for it, and it's not going to be enough for everybody that works in the service industry.
Is that a government program?
Yes.
Okay. It's not some like rich person in LA being like, send me a letter and I'll give you money.
It's a government program, but hey, if you guys are service workers, go ahead and apply.
What's his name? What's that TV chef? You worked on his show.
Oh, Guy Fieri.
Yeah, he has a program where he's been doling out like $20 million.
21 million he gave to struggling
restaurant workers.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful, because I know these mom and pop restaurants. There's this Mexican restaurant near my home, and it has been popping. But I see the smaller ones that are close to that one. Even it's one that's next door to it, and it's like a gumbo Louisiana style restaurant, and you don't see anyone there. And I'm like, how can these places stay afloat?
Yeah, for some places it's been good, but those got to be really few and far between. I'm guessing that for most restaurants it's been bad and they have lost money. I'm sure there's an odd one here or there that like whose sales have remained consistent or went up, and then since they don't have staff to pay or whatever, and their rent is low enough that they're making a little bit more money. But I bet that's very, very few.
I can imagine if it's a place in an expensive area and they're not the first place you think of when you think about takeout. Some restaurants, it's like, okay, this is a good sit-down place, but would you go to just order it into the house, like for spaghetti? Maybe not. I can make spaghetti at home.
Well, there were some restaurants that even before COVID, for instance, like the Postmates app platform, I think they changed this, but even if a restaurant had not subscribed to the service, you could still order through the app, and then the driver would go into the restaurant and just order the food.
That's good.
No, not necessarily, because some of these restaurants, some of their items aren't necessarily made for to-go.
Oh.
Or they're not, or like they won't keep. So some people would receive their food items and then they would write bad reviews.
Yeah, and it's not the restaurant's fault because they didn't willingly participate in this.
Yes, and they're also like, I would have never, I would have never made this to go. Like obviously, then they even like change their menus around to be like specific for Postmates, and then some of them were like, no, screw you, I'm not doing Postmates. You can't send these drivers here, and I'm not doing it.
That makes sense, because certain things, if it sits for 30 minutes, it's not going to heat well.
Sure.
It's not going to reheat well. It's going to be soggy and mushy. It won't make sense for you to deliver it to some guy an hour later, because it's LA. You might be in traffic for 30 minutes. You might have to wait 30 minutes to get the food because they have to actually prepare it. It's a real meal. And another 30 minutes in traffic, and then you're ringing his buzzer for 15 minutes like, hey, is Mitch home? Is his roommate there? Yeah. And then he gets the food and he's like, oh, my lasagna's too soggy.
Right, or something with eggs, or some kind of fish or something. Or even like sushi, right? But
oh yeah, no one wants lukewarm sushi.
Yeah, when I was Postmates, I used to get stuff from Sugarfish all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
one of the most popular Postmates orders. They even have special kitchens that are delivery only. Like
really?
Yeah, there's not a restaurant there. There's just a door with a number on it, and you go in there, and there's like a blanket, and you like hit a buzzer, and you just hear a voice. It says number. And you call out your number, 867, and then they slide you a box filled with sushi.
That sounds actually pretty fun.
So it depended on the kitchen. Some of these kitchens had it like done well, and it was okay, and it was fast moving, and they cared about you as a driver. And then other ones, it was just a complete shit show, and you're standing in line forever, and they don't have their stuff figured out. And not only Sugarfish, but a lot of restaurants have these fake kitchens. Chick-fil-A has a bunch of them. They combine with other restaurants. There's one on Western.
Yeah, right.
There's one in Pico. Here. Yeah, and you can't go in as a customer. It's only serving drivers.
Wow.
And you don't know that as a customer. Like, you're like, oh, I'm ordering from the Chick-fil-A down the street, but it's not coming from the Chick-fil-A down the street. It's coming from this random Chick-fil-A kitchen.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, the driver pops up on your app, like, mysteriously somewhere, like, not coming from the Chick-fil-A. But they also, like, will go pick up multiple orders, so you don't see the driver until he's coming to you with your food. He might be coming from somebody else's house after he'd already picked up your food.
This is why I don't do Postmates.
it's really not a good thing to do, I would say. I mean, it's cool because if you're like super lazy and stuff like that, like you can get things, but I think the quality of what you're getting is generally, low because it's sitting in people's cars.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a Postmates meal that wasn't that was like at the most kind of warm.
Yeah.
It's never like hot. It's always, and milkshakes. I don't order milkshakes for them anymore.
I imagine it would be all liquidy.
It depends. Like you can get it you're rolling the dice because if you're ordering from a milkshake place, it's 5 minutes from your house, then maybe the driver's coming right to you and it's great. But there's a chance that he's got 3 other deliveries in his car and he's just at the mercy of the app. He can't decide to come here first. He's got to go in the order the app tells him to.
Yeah, it won't even show him the address of the spot until the order comes up.
And he might have that in his car already or whatever. So, yeah, they kind of rig it this certain way, which makes it hard to make any kind of adjustments.
Well, with COVID, I decided to start cooking more, which is why for Christmas, I'm going to be baking people cookies.
Ooh.
Different kinds of holiday cookies.
Nice.
So now I'm into my baking kick. And I've been looking up different recipes for sugar cookies, gingerbread cookies.
Oh, I like sugar cookies.
Yes, I do too. I like the way you said that. I can tell you're visualizing the cookies. But yes, I'm going to be baking, getting into my baking. No Postmates in the cookies. I'm going to be in the actual kitchen.
So you're making like different flavors, actually. Like you said, sugar, ginger, or is it more about the shapes? And that's like
yeah, more like the shapes. I got these cute like little Christmas tree and like ornament shape. Well, it's just a circle and you just decorate it like an ornament. Like I got like a snowman shape, like a candy cane shape.
Do you have the gingerbread man shape?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've never made gingerbread cookies.
Find out.
That's gonna be, a little risky. Do they have gingerbread cookie mix?
Probably, you'd think so.
Yeah,
You would think so.
That's pretty
I don't
basic.
know how it works.
Yeah, not
Gingerbread.
everyone's a hardcore baker.
Also, the gingerbread cookies and stuff, I mean, it still seems like it'd be fairly simple, right? Because there's not much, it's just the dough that you end up making into a flat thing. It's just like mixing ingredients. You're not worried about them like being soft. You're not making like sandwiches with cream in them or anything. You just gotta like mix it in a bowl, put it in the shapes. What is it? Flour, eggs, sugar,
Some
ginger.
seems okay, but then what if your cookies are too hard? There are people like, oh, you mixed it wrong, and now they're like cement cookies.
Is that from mixing, or is that just over baking it?
I don't know. I recently had a debate with a friend, and I was saying like, I prefer my cookies to be soft, so I just take them out of the oven a little bit sooner. And the friend said that no, that's just the way the cookies are supposed to be. They're crunchy cookies. Have you guys heard of these? No matter how long you cook them, they're just crunchy cookies. Do you guys like
Like,
crunchy?
what do you mean? They're not going to burn ever?
No, they're going to burn, but they're supposed to be crunchy. That's the way they're supposed to be.
Lots of cookies are crunchies, yeah.
Well, not like, shortbread cookies.
A lot of sugar cookies,
but like,
chocolate chip cookies.
Really?
I don't like it that way.
Like Chips Ahoy.
Yes.
Chips Ahoy cookies are
That's
crunchy.
because they're old. That's because they've been sitting in
but
the
they
package
also have
forever.
the chewy ones.
No.
They made
They were
special.
never soft.
Have you ever taken a Chips Ahoy cookie and put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds? It's magical.
Regular one?
Yeah, regular one. You put them on a napkin, take 3 cookies, put it in the microwave. Guess what? Those bad boys are soft and delicious.
But they're not supposed
You're
to be.
welcome. They were soft when they were made, but they've been sitting in this container. Make some
they
cookies.
weren't.
Oh,
No, they
cookies.
weren't.
Make
dude.
some cookies and put them in a container
Now-
for 3 months
now-
and tell me how soft your
Yeah.
The
cookies
soft
are.
batch ones will continue to be soft.
But that's because they have preservatives in them.
The other ones have preservatives in them too. They were never soft. Sorry, they were just.
They
never
were soft.
No.
I'm gonna make you some. Now I want to make cookies purposefully that just come out crunchy. Just
I
for
don't
you.
like crunchy cookies.
But I wanna prove
won't
a
eat
point.
your crunchy
Yeah,
cookies. Make me
totally.
soft cookies.
Yeah, cookies. More often than not, and I think it's easier to make them that way, and that's why it happens that way. Most cookies come out crunchy, disappointingly. You always look at cookies and you're like, oh, it's going to be soft and delicious, and then it's never soft. It's always like crunchy and crumbles, and that's why you got to soak it in some oat milk.
So you're saying that you do prefer the softer cookies?
1,000,000%.
Yeah, I prefer softer cookies too.
Okay. See,
but I'm
that's,
just saying that there are crunchy cookies that are supposed to be crunchy. Is all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
they're
I
supposed
don't
to
want
be
those.
crunchy.
But that's what I was saying, that I prefer my cookies to be soft. And the friend was like, that's not how the cookies come. And it's like, well, I like mine soft. Let's do what we got to do. Get these cookies soft.
And this person was like, I like my cookies hard.
Yes. And she was like, if you
really
don't like these
cookies?
hard cookies, then you don't need to eat my cookies. Yes, we were talking about cookies. We were talking about holiday cookies. You know, I'm a serious baker.